All right, Panther fans, how in the hell are we doing? Hey, I got Tom here with me. He's just jumping on. This is good. It's good because I am a meat popsicle. If any of you ever saw the movie The Fifth Element, you know what I'm saying. I am a meat popsicle. Tom,
How's it going, man?
save me from myself, man.
And
40 hours of streaming and videos in 3 days.
yeah, that's intense. I
It's
give you props for making it out alive, man.
It
So
was it was something. Kyle and I, and this is highly, all five highly recommended that even if you don't like football, if you enjoy the live streams that Kyle and I do, apparently last night, well, not apparently, we might have got a little tipsy in the Philadelphia Tampa Bay game last night, and apparently we were entertaining. So, with that all said, uh, what did we miss? What I didn't see a whole lot of the New Jersey game because obviously I was streaming some of it. I had it all set up. I had technical issues in terms of being able to watch the game at the same time because of where I live. It's not, the Panthers are not my local team. So apparently the $230 a month I pay to direct TV, including center ice. Apparently, that's not enough to allow me to stream the game on my laptop. I can stream it to my TV, but not the laptop. So there was that game. And then last night, hey, Jackson. So, Tom, go ahead and just give us like 45 minutes straight on those two games, and then we'll just end the video
uh
there. By the way, I'm totally putting Tom on the spot here. Okay. Like 20 minutes ago, I finished the podcast and I texted him and I say, hey, I know this is short notice, but I suck right now. So can you come on the show?
that's what I do, man. My whole job and my day job is just I'm always up against deadlines and last minute stuff. So the Panthers, despite the last couple of games, they're still one of the best teams in the league. They're one of the hottest teams in the league. All the fans that are like freaking out that want to trade Spencer Knight or trade Bob or trade whoever, just take a chill pill. It's like that scene in Pulp Fiction where he says, "Be cool, honey bunny, be cool."
Yeah. Be cool. Be cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so be cool.
Be
Yeah,
cool.
take Samuel L. Jackson's advice and just be cool.
I like
Um,
that.
yeah, I mean
Yeah.
the the schedule that these guys play is grueling. Number
Right.
one, and it's expected there's going to be a little bit of a lull from time to time. They can't possibly keep up the insane pace that they were on over the last 9 or 10 games for the whole season. It's just not realistic.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
that being said, the only other team that's been neck and neck with the Panthers has been the Winnipeg Jets. They are, I think, 9-1-1 in their last 11 as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
No other team in the league has been
Right.
that good over the last 10 games.
Right. Right. Good morning, Raven, or good afternoon. Now I've got two good afternoons in a morning, so I'm confused now as to what
What
time it
time
might
is
be. But thank you guys for joining us, and thank you, Todd. He became a new member. I guess he found this stream at 1:18 in the morning, and he in the comments I see that he joined as a new member. So thank you,
welcome?
Todd. I appreciate that. Yeah, today's podcast, by the way, it's a little bit short, but it's outside in the snow with Fluffy. So there's that. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, look,
the weather
yeah,
here, I was just gonna say, is nice and a very freezing, like 70 degrees.
and Vincent says good evening. So now you guys are just
Oh
this is
man.
elder abuse. Come on. I'm- I woke up this morning. I thought I was going to need a nap. I didn't need a nap, so I put out some football videos. But um, look, and the other part to this, in terms of these last two games, I mean, I know I did a review for the New Jersey game, but you and I haven't had a chance to talk because I
Right.
haven't had a chance to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Um, a bad game. What are the odds of a bad game from Bob, followed up by a bad game from Stolars.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, last night to me, I don't know. You can tell me if you think Andrew says good morning. You can tell me if you think. To me, yesterday's game, if we get it, if Bob's in net and we get his normal performance, that's like a 4-2 win on our end.
Yeah, absolutely. If we get everyone's normal performance, the guys were just, I think, a little bit, a little too relaxed. Let's just say.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could tell, like, just in how they were with the puck. Just the puck management was not quite there, and they know it. I had a chance to read, I think it was George's article for Florida Hockey Now, and the players were quoted as saying as much, like, listen, it's tough to keep up the pace we were at, and this is to be expected, nothing to worry about. Paul Maurice didn't yell at the guys. He actually gave them a day off from practice.
Yeah. I saw that. Yeah. It'd be a good day for them to just all go to the beach and then grab their phones and just Google Northeast United States weather. And then they won't feel so bad. They feel real good.
Give Jonathan Huberdeau a call and ask him how the weather is.
Call up Johnny and Weaves and be like, hey, guys. You guys want? Oh, I was going to invite you out on the boat fishing, but damn, because we got a day off. I don't know what you guys are doing. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Vincent says 2 bad games by the defense. I said this in the podcast a little bit. I want to see if I'm the only one because I'm watching the game yesterday. I'm still kind of punch drunk. I'm not blaming Josh Mahura, and I've done this before. I'm not blaming him. However, it seems as though whoever he's on the ice with this year forgets how to play hockey because OEL had like all of the mistakes in one game OEL had yesterday.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's not my imagination?
No.
Okay. That's good. That's good.
He got it out of his system. So.
Yeah. Raven says Panthers have given Boston a bit more of a lead in the division. That's okay, Raven. The more I think about it, I kind of want first place. But then in the back end of that, I'm like, if we get second place, we're likely going to get the Leafs. And the team that I would be least in our division, the team that I would be least looking forward to are the Wings, because the Wings have speed that might give us a little bit of a problem. Where I think we feel pretty good if we have to play the Leafs. So. And then, of course, you don't want to completely discount Tampa Bay, but
I wouldn't want to play New Jersey, honestly. That's another team. I don't know that we match up too well against them, but I don't know. Who knows what the team is going to look like when the playoffs roll around? We still have half a season left, and I know you've said it, I've said it. Paul Maurice has said it. The team has another level they can get to. I think they're just conserving their energy. They're playing at a good pace. I mean, I'll take a 9-1-1 pace for the rest of the year.
Yeah, no, I'm good with that. Now, Reinhart, did he set the record? Did he set the record? Because I know they were talking about it, and then I believe he set the record for most consecutive games with a power play goal, or did we not get that?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Yeah, somebody in the chat remind me, because we were so focused on the game, and I don't have the volume on. So if he broke that record, a lot of times he tied it. Okay, all right. Hey MJ, good morning, buddy. How you doing?
Well, we certainly can't say the power play sucks anymore, huh?
No. Keep those 5 guys on the ice at all time. Although the second unit, I guess, with Bennett did not well too.
Yeah.
And then apparently with Barkov, it's a lower body thing he's been kind of gutting through. And I guess it kind of tightened up on him. So they just left him out in precaution. That kind of makes me happy. Did he get voted into the All-Star game, or does he get to stay home and chill?
I believe he's staying home. I think Bob got voted in, though.
Yeah, I was trying to get Bob not voted in because he wanted to go on. He wanted to go on vacation, but now he's got to play. But that's all right.
Yeah.
But look, the Ducks wanted that,
Yeah.
especially. I
Yeah.
mean, it's funny to have a guy that you like on your team, and then when he goes elsewhere, you're like, what a punk. And Frank Vetrano's a punk.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He wanted that game something fierce, man. So um the only other thing terms I hope that they put, let's get Mahura back off the ice. Let's get Kulikov back in there, because anytime that we've messed around with that bottom pair, or if you want to continue to give Kulikov some time off, let Balinskis get back on the ice. I realized Mahura hadn't played out there in a while, and I'm not really saying much of it was his fault.
Mhm.
The Stolars goals, though, a couple of those
Oh,
goals, that was yeah.
yeah. Hopefully they all got that out of their system, because that was brutal. Um, but then again, too, like, just everyone was just off. Everyone was just a little off, and that's okay. We're bound to have a game like that. So,
Yeah, and Maurice, I guess he used the word. We were a little bit arrogant with the puck in the second
yes.
period. I wonder if he's talking about that Kachuk move where
Mm,
he hit the crossbar, but
mm,
I don't know. I mean, I thought it was a great move. He got himself into position. He kind of had to make that move to get Gibson down. So I wonder if that's what he meant. I mean, it was a cocky move. There's no doubt about that.
yeah. I don't know, man. I think just the way they kind of just played with the puck, they were very, lackadaisical, let's just say. Kind of just, yeah, we're the defending Eastern Conference champs. This is Anaheim. I don't really
Yeah.
think they took Anaheim as serious as they needed to.
No, well, Verhage even said that basically. He
Yeah.
said, it's tough to keep up the mental energy,
Yes.
especially in games like this. And for lack of a better word, he's saying, against the lesser teams.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, Amanda. We weren't sure if it was morning or afternoon or evening, so but it is definitely afternoon.
I'm still not sure. I don't know.
I don't know what I'm running on, man. I'm gonna be honest with. I woke up this morning and I expected to just have been crashed. I suspect that's probably going to come later when I know I'm done with my work.
Hmm.
Let's see. Yeah, AJ and Harold M are liking Lockwood. Yeah, he's very, very noticeable. I agree there. We're not going to see Cousins back. I guess they said not until at least late February. So I think these are the guys, unless he goes and does something. I was kind of hoping Lomberg would. I'm not complaining about Lomberg, but I kind of was hoping that he would take that spot and maybe
Hmm.
get a goal or get like an assist, and Lundell would get a goal. I was kind of hoping that we would see some results out of that combination.
Yeah.
Because if we don't, it's going to be hard to. We know as fans, we can sit here and say we like the team. We don't want to, you know, we don't want to mess with anything.
I don't know.
But if Zito, I guess at this point, it's like we couldn't blame Zito for doing anything, and so the other part to that is Reinhardt. If you're Bill Zito,
Mm.
what's the most you think we can get away with giving him?
So I heard through various sources. I think one was Elliot Friedman with NHL Network. He said that he's pretty confident that uh, Reinhardt is going to get less than Kachuk.
Right.
So you're looking at Kachuk makes what,
I think
9.5?
it's 9.5. Yeah.
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 So then you're looking at anywhere, I think, from 8.5 to 9.5.
Yeah.
I think somewhere around the $9 million range
Right.
would be good. And I hear a lot of people, you know, just everywhere comparing what Nylander got in Toronto,
Yeah. Yeah.
and some good points have been made in that the situation in Florida is so different with the taxes and the
Right.
just everything down here. It's a smaller market. There's not as much heavy media coverage. So contract negotiations are going to go a little bit differently. And from what it seems like, Reinhardt understands he's in a good position. I mean, he's been on the other side playing in Buffalo, squandering his
Right.
talents in complete abject, losing. So he wants to stay, from what I understand, and
Yeah.
I think he'll take a more team friendly deal to stay with the team and hopefully win a championship. So
Yeah, yeah. I mean, eight times nine. I think we can afford that. That's about it. Um, let's see, Jesse trying to get me going this morning, saying if we had Tippett on the third line right now, we would talk
oh,
about a super team.
please.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't. I'm too tired to go on that rant.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
Or Marchment.
um,
We couldn't pay Marchment, I guess, to stay.
Yeah, I mean, he got a good deal from Dallas.
Yeah.
I don't mind losing Marchman so much because we kind of had his built-in replacement there with Luosterainen,
Mm.
you know, and but the Tippett thing, yeah, don't get me started. And then AJ wants to know what I think about Corey Perry. I mean, I'm kind of in the same camp with everybody else, saying, and with MJ saying, "Don't get Perry, we won't win the cup with him on the team." This is what I could completely get proven wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I could totally completely get proven wrong here. But what I'll say is that from what I know off the record about the back end operations of the upper management of this team, I would not expect any players that are controversial at all to be signed.
No.
Yeah.
That's not Bill Zito's track record. That's not the owners or the management's MO.
Right.
They're very protective over kind of the team, the group, their chemistry. They're very protective over it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, MJ, Kyle's downstairs finding all the eBay stuff that I have to ship because today is technically Monday after a holiday. So,
and real quick, I went ahead and did a little research to see how many wingers are out there that are on expiring contracts that we could either get as a rental and then maybe re-sign or whomever. And there's quite a few. There's a lot of wingers. Names like Tarasenko, Jake Gensel, Andrei Kuzmenko in Vancouver. And then there's some lower tier players like Dominic Kubalik. Let's see. Riley Smith is available.
That's an interesting name.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about that name.
Yeah.
Huh. That would be something.
And Tyler Johnson as well. So those are just some of the different names that are out there.
Yeah. I hadn't thought about the Riley Smith thing. I think we know Frank Bertrano ain't coming.
No. He's having too much fun.
He's having too much. Yeah, he apparently, I guess somebody threw soda at him or something, so he flipped off the fans yesterday. I saw something about that. I can't remember. I think it was in the comments actually.
Not cool.
Nah, look, these guys, they all probably joke about it after the season and everything. Yeah. How's Riley Smith doing in Pittsburgh, by the way? That's another team. And the Penguins, I don't know that they would sell.
Yeah.
Because if you're looking at the standings, let me get to the standings here. We're at 57. Boston's at 61, so they got it. They're back in comfortable zone. Maple Leafs are at 50, and then you've got your playoff teams, wild cards. Wings at 49. Lightning at 49. Penguins are right there at 48. Islanders are at 48. Devils are at 47. Capitals at 46. So for the two wild card spots, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams within 3 points of each other.
Yeah, it's a gauntlet, man.
And Pittsburgh 6-2 in their last 10. So maybe he won't be available. Maybe it's so weird what the Penguins did because like I've said, when they got Dubas, they thought, okay, they're going to pay him to rip this apart and build it back up. And they clearly loaded up thinking that they were going to be able to make a run. And what they've proven is what they've already been the last couple of years is good enough to maybe be a playoff bubble team, but that's about it. And if they start selling pieces, then that's going to be they're going to be putting up the rebuild sign at some point there,
Yeah. And I think a lot of teams too see what Florida did last year and they're thinking, oh, well, we could be that team. And no, not every team has a Bobrovsky. The Penguins don't have the goaltending. It's pretty shaky from what I remember. But another interesting name that came up was Jordan Greenway. And he's I think plays for Minnesota. And he's on a cheaper deal than all those other guys. And he's on the last year of a deal, and he's a winger. And he's a pretty solid player, but I don't know if he moves the needle enough to make the change.
Jesse has a good theory about the last two games that I actually agree with. And I had said this at some point. It was getting a little too close to the President's Trophy. We was getting a little too close to President's Trophy territory. So we lose the two games, and I was like, okay, we're safe. We're good. We're good.
That's fun.
Jesse says, I hope we don't give up on Lundell. He's amazing. He's the type of player you need to win the cup. Amazing defensively. And when he starts scoring, it's just a bonus. I mean, we know he can score, right? You said this before. We know Lundell can score. I think very much like Barkov, he takes his defensive responsibilities extremely, extremely seriously.
Yeah.
And I know it seems like a broken record because it's like, what, game 43? And what has he got? 3 goals? Right? So
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and Herlum says Lundell's pretty much Barkov without the offense. Yeah. That's pretty much it. I mean, as he develops, I'm sure that the scoring will come, but he's playing the role that we have carved out for that 3C in this system and on this team. And I don't think you're going to see us move on from him because number one, I suppose if somebody really didn't like Lundell, they could sell you Luosterainen at 3C.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think basically, to put not too fine a point on it, Zito probably, after getting burnt by Tippett, and I was not happy about that. And I was a big Tippett fan for those couple of years. I think he might just be afraid to move on from Lundell because it would just be a repeat of the Tippett mistake.
Yeah.
And then Lord knows what I'm going to do then.
Also, too, you make a good point there. And another thing people need to keep in mind is that he's Finnish. And Finnish players, typically, they don't have that super aggressive, cocky demeanor. They're much more reserved. They're more, I don't want to say soft because that's not really the right word.
Right.
But if you do watch Lundell play, he needs to bulk up a little bit more. He gets pushed off the puck sometimes, but also too, and I would say this goes for Barkov as well, who you put on their wings can really like make or break whether or not, they have a good season. He's just not that type of player who, and Barkov isn't either, and that's okay. Like, they're not the type of players that are going to just say, okay, I'm going to take over the game.
Right.
Like a Kachuk would.
Yeah.
Or, that's just not their personality. That's not in their culture.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I think I wouldn't be opposed to finding someone to put on Lundell's wing. Just, I think to move on, like you said, would be too hasty.
Right. Well, here,
move on from.
I'll ask you the question I asked on the podcast today. That's going to be out a little bit late, by the way. The difference between what we have now versus now you get a scoring winger next to Lundell. Now you move Lomberg down to the fourth line. So now you're either taking Lockwood or Gadjevich off the ice. The difference in those two setups, Does that make you scream, now we can win the cup? You know what I
Mm,
mean?
yeah, like I said, the winger better move the needle as far as offense goes. They really should be. And who knows? Maybe Zito's gonna find some no-name guy we never heard of, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And throw him next to Lundell, and he'll be a superstar. Who
Right.
knows?
Yep.
But I think
Hey, oh, sorry, Tom. Frank, I just wanted to acknowledge Frank. Thank you, brother. Thank you for the 5. He says we should target Chandler Stevenson from Vegas. He's a UFA and his cap hit is 2.75. He would fit. I will.
that's intriguing. Yeah,
Frank, I'll agree there.
yeah.
I actually agree with you there. I don't know if they would move him, right? Certainly don't know if they move him to us, but that's a good name. Thank you, Frank.
Mhm.
I agree with that. Yeah, Frank forgot the decimal point. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let's see. Jason disagrees. Says guys who can play D and not score a dime a dozen. Lundell's offered. Nah, man, he offers more. It's not just about the D, it's about the face-offs. And in this system, yeah, if he was if we were counting on him to score in the top 6, then that would be an issue, right? But the role, his role in this system is to do what he's doing. It's just to eat ice time, make sure that he's winning those draws, kill penalties. That's the other thing. He kills penalties. And I think that if you gave him a bigger role, I mean, he had a different role on the President's Trophy seat on that team. And he had 18 goals as a rookie. So I think that this is more about, and I think somebody had just said this. Vincent says Lundell isn't scoring because of a team system and the fact that he doesn't have a line. Lundell visually in terms of movement looks a lot like Peterson, but he doesn't go for the kill. He needs wingers. Yeah.
Yeah. So what we said pretty much.
Yeah. So, and the only last thing, because this one's going to be a little bit short, guys, because my voice is definitely going on me. This is our fault. Well, not your fault. Not you are, but me and Kyle in the chat, because last night in the chat during the Panther game, somebody asked about Stolars, and they were praising Stolars, and I was praising Stolars, and he immediately gave up 3 questionable goals. At least 2 of them were questionable.
Wow.
I'm content, though. I mean, I'm not going to throw him under the bus under one bad game.
No.
It's odd, like I said, that we had 2 bad games from each guy. Do you still agree? Because before, and again, I feel responsible, because right before this game, I had been saying, now I only want to see Bob every 3 games, then Stolars. 2-3 games, then Stolars. You still with me on that, or you think maybe we, don't want to chance it too much with Stolars?
No, I think that's good. Either way, this team's going to make the playoffs, and I'm comfortable in us finishing in whatever spot we finish and take it on whatever opponent we take on. I think we can really do some damage this year. So I'm on the side of resting our key guys when we can, and giving Stolars a shot at maybe, increasing his workload a little bit.
Yeah. Now, last thing, this is this interesting question. Have you ever seen anything more uncomfortable than Barkov sitting on the bench in the last 5 minutes of that game yesterday, knowing he wasn't going back in?
Oof. I missed that. So
man, they
missed a lot of the game.
They showed him in the break going towards intermission.
Oh.
And he hadn't been on the ice in like 5.5 minutes. And we're kind of confused because it's like, well, normally if a guy is hurt, they go to the locker room. You don't normally see a guy sitting on the bench, but I guess because it was only like 5-6 minutes left in the game when he got hurt, well, something tightened up on him.
Yeah.
But they showed him during, on the bench while they were getting ready for overtime. And it kind of looked like a kid that was sitting there getting scolded by his parents, or he's just kind of got this look on his face, like he was getting scolded by his parents, but he knew that they didn't know that what they were accusing him of doing, he didn't do. And like he was just sitting there having to take their bitching at him before he could present the evidence that he was innocent. It was the most uncomfortable I've ever seen him. It was crazy. But apparently he's lower body. So
yeah, I mean, he's the captain. He wants to be out there with his team, and he obviously wanted to stay on the bench and provide like moral support for the guys. And who knows? Had he been out there, maybe we would have won in overtime. But if the team was on their A game, it wouldn't have gone to overtime. So it is what it is. So
it is what it is. That's exactly right. All right, everybody. That's all I got.
Yeah, and I got to get to work. So.
Yeah, it's Tom. Tom's got to get back to work. I really appreciate you doing this on short notice, man. It really helped me out because the voice is just between the voice and the brain. I'm just absolutely shot. But don't worry, Panther fans. We go back to our normal schedule and normal quality of content here. It was just a temporary weekend where I had to do 6 football games that happened to coincide wrapped around 2 Panther games. So that was a lot. I'm not going to lie.
And don't worry about the team. We're fine.
Yeah.
We're a cup contending team. So,
yeah, for the foreseeable future. I mean, and the last thing I'll say real quick is if any of you guys are worried, just go back in the years that the Lightning were winning cups and look at some of the ups and downs that they had during those years where all of a sudden they'd lose 4 games and Vasilevsky would have given 5 goals up and you're like, oh my God, and there they were. Wait till April. All right, everybody. Appreciate all the support. Podcast will be a little bit late. I got to do my eBay stuff first, but the podcast is short, but it is fluffy in the snow. So there's that to look forward to. And I'm going to go to bed soon and I'm going to recharge my brain and I will be back to my normal pain in the ass self by tomorrow. So thank you again, Tom. Much appreciated. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you for the super chats. And we'll see you again real soon.
Take care.